Okay, today's random subreddit is age gaps and differences. As you can see here, Age Gap is the forum for anything involving relationships with a significant age gap. I like this banner image at the top, so I think this verdant green half of the tree refers to someone in the prime of their life, and this autumn dead dry side refers to someone who's perhaps a bit older and significantly close to death. Female 30-year-old with male 81-year-old. 51-year age gap. Married 4 years. It can work.
Wow.
Just wanted to share that I'm in a very healthy relationship. The most healthy relationship I have ever been in, and we have a 51-year age gap. People think I was crazy for marrying a man 51 years older than me, but it just works. We click. And so do his joints. We are a good team. We support each other, help each other, we like and respect each other. I love my husband so much, and the sex is also good despite what people might think. I don't want to think about that, thank you. Just thought I would share. Much love to all you Mayflowers. I do want to see a picture though. Text is good, but I just want to see how these two people line up next to each other. I love it if I'm out with an older man having lunch or going shopping and someone assumes I'm his literal daughter, or if I'm considered the dorky, dependent daughter.
Okay.
Make it fun, like a drinking game. The moment you realise you've been mistaken, take his face and say, "You love me, daddy, don't you?" and give him a very sensual kiss. Well, dirty party man definitely living up to his name. Hot. I got that in past relationships as my ex's dad. Not boy. I don't think you're allowed to say that. It's okay her saying it, but it's not cool you saying that. Multi-age gap relationship is anyone in multiple age gap relationship, like dating mother 39 and daughter 19. Hi, I think that's known as winning the lottery. My mum and stepdad hooked a family friend and I up. I'm 22 and he's 53. We'll call him Joe. So Joe and I have been seeing each other for a few weeks and everyone is slowly finding out about us. We both don't mind the age gap, but I know it will change a lot about how we interact with each other as we head deeper in this relationship. As long as your mum or stepdad aren't receiving a commission, it should be fine. You should ask them if they're receiving a commission just to be sure. As a non-native English speaker, I only knew the meaning of a hookup, so when I read your post, I thought your mom and stepdad had slept with you and the guy. When I understood, I laughed so hard at myself. Thanks for teaching me new vocabulary. A very accurate meme that I made about me, 22-year-old female, and my boyfriend. Okay. Babe, imagine if we ever met in college, me while my boyfriend was in... I don't like that meme. That's not funny. To me. Maybe it is to these people. 18-year-old female falling in love with 67-year-old male.
Say what?
So that's what? 49 years. Hi, I'm very new to Reddit but just wasn't sure where else to talk about this. No, you're definitely in the right place. So I recently turned 18. My grandfather's friend, not father, grandfather, let's call him Rob, has been in my life for a few years. I've always known I was attracted to him, but I've been attracted to older men before, so I passed it off. Rob and I have gotten to know each other better after my grandmother died and he's been around more. I didn't really think something was there until a few months ago when we ended up incidentally getting each other's numbers and starting to text a lot. He revealed that he was attracted to me and he was impressed with my maturity. This guy sounds creepy as fuck. As he's retired and I'm unemployed, we've had a lot of time to hang out since then and things have gotten pretty passionate pretty fast. So he's finished work and you haven't even started it. I haven't told my family yet. In particular, I'm worried about what my grandfather may think because it's very obvious he's attracted to him. This just gets weirder. However, the current issue is that Rob wants to move to Florida into a retirement facility where his brother lives. He suggested I move with him. I was supposed to be on a gap year but have played around with the idea of moving there with him and possibly we could be able to be in a normal relationship. I don't think that's an option here. Without my grandfather's jealousy or too many prying eyes, his brother also has a younger girlfriend and claims the community is what kind of community is this? So you're considering not going on a gap year to move into a retirement facility. I am 63 and my girlfriend is 20 years younger. We have plenty of challenges. The age difference as arthritis, aches and pains set in becomes pretty frustrating very quick. Not to mention blood flow to certain areas is unpredictable. Oh man, I can't believe people are even entertaining her suggestion here. Although Captain Fat Cock seems to be talking sense. Oh babe, no. He's known you since you were a kid. He initiated things the second you turned 18 and now he wants you to move into a nursing home with him. Is all of this worth ruining your future and your relationship with your grandfather for? Thank you for talking some sense. No, just no. Please get your education and live a little bit of your life first. You'll never get these years back. I know how having a crush on an older man can be. I get it. But take it from someone who's 31 now and wasted a bunch of my 20s in a similar situation. Firstly, you can't move into a retirement facility as there are age restrictions for residents. Her dream is now shattered on the floor. While I agree that OP shouldn't move into a retirement community, I believe this comment to be factually inaccurate. This very much depends on the community. Some allow up to 20% of the people living there to not meet those age requirements. Oh, that's just creepy. So all the granddads can bring in young girls for them to... This person was talking about Florida, so we're talking about Florida law. Oh yes, Florida law. Wouldn't surprise me if they'd allow a 14-year-old lover to move into a retirement village. Yes, I've never been to Florida, but I've heard a lot about it. Success story of me, 27-year-old male, and my wife, 61-year-old female. 6 years ago, I'd just moved to a new city for a job and knew no one there. I got an apartment and had no friends or family. Orphan. She was the first person I talked to. Oh wow, that's quite a coincidence that you ended up marrying her then. I was coming home from work and parked. I was walking towards the building when I saw her bringing groceries in and her bag ripped. I would normally ignore this and keep going, but I was bored and starved of any interaction, so I went over and offered to help.
Thank you.
I helped her carry her things into her apartment where I found out she was my next door neighbour. This sounds like the start to a porno, not a marriage. Over the weeks we grew friendlier and I would help her around the house and she would sometimes give me food. Only sometimes. We got close and talked about our lives and families, etc. Before I knew it, I realised I was in an emotional relationship with her. It took me a while, but I began to see her more and more as a woman before I finally got the courage to ask her if she wanted to go on a date with me. She said she needed to think about it and would let me know. I was sad for a few days, but she finally replied with a yes. I took her out and we had the best date. In this time, she introduced me to her kids and grandchildren. And we all got to know each other well. A few months later, I popped the question and asked her if she would marry me, which she said yes to. We told her family and they were all excited because they saw how happy their mum was with me. We got married and have a happy life now together for 7 years. Wow. So lots of positive comments here. But then we have, hate to be that guy, but breaking this down. You were emotionally vulnerable and instantly got engaged more or less immediately after you had sex. By this timeline, you went from lonely and emotionally starved to freaking engaged in much less than a year. At 21. I hate to say it, but if the genders were reversed, people would be screaming, manipulation of an emotionally vulnerable girl by an older man. Well, way to piss on his bonfire. Why would you normally ignore a woman with groceries whose bag ripped? Not judging, just curious. We're not going to read that one. And I think that's a good place to end today's journey on the Age Gap subreddit. That was honestly quite the wild ride. It's almost its own subculture that exists outside the rules of normal society, and yeah, I guess on this sub people can get support if they're trying to pursue that lifestyle. If normally people had those kind of attractions and fetishes, they might take to pornography, but these people have got the balls to actually live it out in real life, so fair play to them. And I hope they can continue having a good time with minimal creepiness.